We'll take up a question by a spiritual seeker. I find that the more I understand the reality of this world, the more I prefer silence and solitude. I feel disconnected, as if I am becoming useless to the world. I no longer seek to impress anyone, attend gatherings, or maintain relationship with family and friends. What I truly long for is solitude, immersing myself in thoughts of God and attempting to decode His divine algorithm. However, I am struggling to navigate life in society while feeling this way. I seek your guidance in understanding myself better. So, I think I have touched upon this in many of my videos that spiritual awakening as a concept that I mentioned, it does not bring about instantaneous clarity. One does go through a period of emotional turbulence, confusion, conflict before the understanding reaches the deep psyche and a transformation happens where the mind becomes cool and restful. And during that phase, one experiences this conflict because there is all this society's conditioning that we must achieve, we must attain, we must do this, do that, work for our betterment, make a name for ourselves, make a position and status in society. While all of that loses its meaning when the reality is glimpsed, because awakening is basically a crack in the personality. And it is pretty evident that a lot of people go through it. They do glimpse something and then they end up in confusion. They end up conflicted. And yes, we hear stories that awakening will instantaneously make you calm and peaceful and bring happiness. But that has not been my experience. In fact, it initially creates unrest. In fact, one can go through a deep period of depression, sorrow, anxiety. So, here the seeker says that what I truly long for is solitude, and they prefer silence, which is perfectly fine. Because at the time when mind is in conflict and it is running continuously, silence does help. But then they say immersing myself in thoughts of God, which is also fine, and attempting to decode His divine algorithm. There is the problem. That is what is causing the struggle to navigate life in society. Because we are trying to decode God's algorithm. The created object is trying to know the will of the creator source. The created object is trying to know how the creator has created it. The painting is trying to know why did the painter painted it this way or that way. It's never going to work. We cannot understand the divine will, God's will, or let's say universe's plan. If you don't like the word God, replace it by cosmic law if you want to. We can never understand why the universe works the way it works. Any attempt to understand the functioning of the universe is of the separate self or the ego that thinks it knows better, that thinks that by knowing the divine will, it is going to create changes and tweaks in life that will give it permanent happiness, which does not happen because life is a roller coaster. It is an alternating cycle of pain and pleasure. And the masters have said that acceptance of this alternating cycle brings peace. So the reason why we struggle to navigate life in society after awakening is because there is a period where the separate self is actually feeling very, very sensitive to what has happened. It has, although the glimpse has been seen, the reality has not yet percolated into the deep structure of the psyche. So there is conflict. And in that conflict, it is still struggling with worldly concepts. It is still in that line of thought that things should be my way. People should understand my point of view. People should accept me the way I want them to accept me. That is what creates conflicts. People will always see us the way they want to see us, and we have no control over that. People will think about us what they want to think about us, and we have no control about that. But the separate self says, no, I want to control that. I want to change that. I want them to see me the way I think they should see me. So the separate self or the ego or the sense of personal identification, which is a conceptual thought, it says that once I decode the divine algorithm, then I will be in control of how others perceive me or see me. So you see, it is just an intellectual trap. Let me decode the algorithm and I have the key to happiness. Doesn't happen that way. It requires surrender, total surrender. And when there is total surrender, what one experiences is complete harmony with everyone and everything. Then there is no conflict because there is no worry about how others see us or whether others understand us or don't understand us. There is not a concern at all. Till we are attached to an outcome, that means till we are trying to make people see us a certain way, or till we are saying that they should understand my point of view and accept my point of view, we are always in conflict. So I would say, do not try to decode the divine algorithm, but accept the divine algorithm for the way it is showing you is the way it is meant to be. Yes, we may sometimes not like what the source sends our way, because the one that does not like is the conditioned entity that is trying to sort things its own way, that has preferences. Now, it is not wrong to have preferences in life. One can have preferences. But remember that it does not matter to the universe what our preference is. Universe will give us what we need, not what we want. Universe will not look at our puny desires, but see the grand desire for us. So universe knows best, God knows best. Trying to decode God's algorithm is trying to be God. Is trying the ego, the separate self, which says I can do it, is trying to be God. So do not even try to decode the algorithm. Immersing yourself in thought is a line that I identify with, because that thought is not separate from you. That is you. That is the vertical thought, I am. God is I am. God is what is. There is no difference. I am is the witness of what is. The unpredictable flow of life. Acceptance of the unpredictable flow of life brings peace and harmony. And to conclude this, I would say, in Ramesh Balsekar's words, that when there is a recognition of being in everything, recognition of consciousness, which is the common factor in every organism, in everything, that is what brings peace. And he would give example of electricity, how electricity powers all the gadgets that are designed to do specific functions. So when you surrender to the electricity, electricity will bring you the desired function. You don't even have to worry about what function you have to perform. You are just an instrument, just a gadget. Surrender to the electricity and the electricity of consciousness. And the consciousness will tell you what is to be done. It will guide you at each and every step. Let not the mind come in the way and tell you this is right, that is wrong. Learn by your experience. Let it happen in the moment and then learn, rather than trying to contemplate reality, trying to project an imaginary future. So, okay, at this point, if you feel that you're not getting along with people, let that be for some time. Just go into self exploration, just reflect on your own life, just see what thoughts your mind is bringing up, and see how there is a gap between what is thought and what is actually out there. And that will actually help you to integrate back into life and living, because the ultimate purpose is actually to bring peace in life and living, and to see God in everything and everyone. Until that, we will never be peaceful. So I hope this answer is insightful for you.